Hello and welcome to our live news. I am Elizafan Mutfwang. The headlines. A Niger State High Court sitting in Minna has ordered the arrest of the Chief of Army Staff General Farouk Yahaya for disobeying a court order. PDP responsible for fuel scarcity, says Adams Oshomole. Delta State picked first gold medal at the 21st National Sports Festival in Asaba. On the foreign scene, China is set to loosen COVID curbs after a week of historic protests. In sports, Barcelona is ready to battle Madrid for Mohamed Kudus' signature.
Alive TV.
And now the news in detail. A Niger State High Court sitting in Minna has ordered the arrest of the Chief of Army Staff General Farouk Yahaya for disobeying a court order. Justice Halima Abdul Malik said the order followed upon hearing the motion on notice brought before the court pursuant to Order 42 Rule 10 of the Niger State High Court Civil Procedure 2018. The presiding judge also ruled that the Commandant, Training and Doctrine Command in Minna, Major General Olubenga Olabanji, should be arrested for the same offense. Justice Abdul Malik ruled that the orders commuting Yahaya and Olabanji to be kept in the Minna Correctional Custody for contentions of the order of this court on 12th of October 2022. The judge ruled that the two suspects are to remain in custody until they purge themselves of contempt. Justice Abdul Malik therefore adjourned the case to December 8th for continuation. There are concerns that the country's inflation trend may not have reached its peak, considering that triggers like intermittent fuel scarcity, stubbornly high gas and energy prices, lingering currency pressures, and build-up of higher naira liquidity as the campaign season starts are yet to be addressed. Our correspondent hits the streets of Abuja to ask what people have to say about this.
The economy is experiencing a topsy-turvy like most economies in many parts of the world. The slow recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic, the Russian-Ukrainian war, and decline in oil prices and climate change are some of the actual reasons agreed across board to be responsible for the economic turmoil globally. However, in Nigeria, the reasons vary from insurgency, weak policy formulation and implementation, as well as corruption and mismanagement, along with the global challenges Nigeria is not insulated from, have compounded the problems, thereby increasing the groans and moans of more than half of the population of its citizenry.
So at which we're experiencing poverty in Nigeria is too alarming. As a result of the bad governance, we have corrupt leaders who are not even willing to help matters on ground. They make the education very expensive for the youth, who ought to be meaningful contribution to Nigerians. So at which we're experiencing poverty in Nigeria is too alarming. As a result of the bad governance, we have corrupt leaders who are not even willing to help matters on ground. They make the education very expensive for the youth, who ought to be meaningful contribution to Nigerians.
It's no news that Nigeria is currently the world capital of poverty. You know, in the past couple of years, our economy we've had a downward spiral, and of course the government, they are trying their best, but I feel like, you know, there's more that needs to be done. All right, I think we should go back to agriculture as, you know, as a country. More people should go back to agriculture. Then government on their own part should play more role in even supporting the small and medium scale businesses.
The former national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Adams Oshomole, has blamed the opposition People's Democratic Party for the lingering fuel scarcity in the country. The Deputy Director General of the Tinubu Shettima Campaign Council made this known during an appearance on national television on Wednesday. Oshomole said the opposition party should be blamed for the endless fuel scarcity experienced all over the country over its inability to fix the refineries during its 16 years in power. The former governor of Edo State added that the PDP wasted a lot of funds on maintaining the moribund refineries during its tenure in power. According to Oshomole, former President Olusegun Obasanjo decided to privatize the refineries, but another PDP president came and revised the privatization.
With the 2023 presidential elections as the main focus of political...
Nasarawa State University students have recently reported recurring incidences of security breaches and terror attacks on them at the school campus and its surroundings, posing a threat to their education. Our correspondent Jessica Ochai visits the campus and brings us the report.
A couple of weeks for the students of Nasarawa State University, Kefi, as armed robbers stormed BCG, family and friends, and Gwanlambu area and collected their belongings. The robberies have been reportedly going on for over a month, and many students have been attacked and severely injured.
And we've been having incessant cases of robbery attack from various student hostels. Like, the thing has become so rampant that the next compound will be waiting for their turn. Like, they will come to this compound and leave a message for the next compound that they are coming. And they don't normally come like one or two. They come in their 30s, in their 10s, so to speak, you know, and all that. So the thing is very, very, very serious, such that students now keep vigil to make sure that their hostels are not busted. Those that have encountered them confess that they came, they do come with arms, with daggers, with cutlass, and in some instances, some people confess that they saw them with a gun, whether it's a den gun or it's an automatic gun, that we cannot say, because none of such things have been, displayed by the authorities. But we know that they normally come armed. They come armed with cutlass, daggers, sticks, and all sort of lethal weapons that you can imagine. Mode of operation, you can say they have insiders. By that I mean there are people that are resident in these areas that are bad eggs. They are leading them to different compounds to do all this, bad act they are doing. But majority of them are not resident in this particular community of students. Yeah, they just come in either from nearby Maraba or some of these, suburbs, and they came to perpetrate, because those that chased them to the bush said that these guys are not just normal, all these clean guys that buff. They are like rugged guys. They know the terrain. They run into swamps. They run into bushes.
There was even a curfew, but all the curfew was to no avail. In utmost good faith, the curfew was nothing. It meant nothing, because even under the curfew, we were still attacked. The student was caught. His arteries was cut off. We don't even know it was hire killer or kidnappers or armed robbers. We don't even know what we are facing, but we are ready for them now.
In a quest to speak to some of the vigilante group located at family and friends area while conducting this report, we were met with an empty office. Speaking to Gabriel Paul, National Association of Nigerian Students Secretary, he states that the Nasarawa State University student government have met with some of the victims and are currently collaborating with different security operatives and the Emir of Kefi to ensure that such incidents doesn't reoccur.
The issue of the
suspects have been arrested, but efforts made to speak to the police to confirm this were abortive, as we were told that the DPO was not on seat. Adab Talib Atta, Alive News.
Delta State has picked their first gold medal at the 21st National Sports Festival holding in Asaba, Delta State. The host state began the festival with a gold medal, a signal that they are ready to defend the trophy won in Edo State as the defending champions on their home soil. Team Delta cyclists beat 3 other states, Oyo, Plateau and Lagos, to emerge winners in the 12-kilometer mixed relay decided on Ibuzo Road earlier today. Edo and Rivers states were disqualified for their inability to present the minimum 3 female cyclists required for the event. Meanwhile, the official opening ceremony of the festival will hold at the Stephen Keshi Stadium later today. The Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Dare, who was present at the event, amongst other dignitaries in the sporting and political world, gave a speech.
The expectations have been high. We have been looking forward to the 28th of this month. We have seen the efforts that have gone on, investment of resources, energy on the part of the governor, the entire government of Delta State, the people of Delta State, the sports commission here, and also all the states have been preparing, 36 states and the FCT. So we're happy that in spite of challenges, we've overcome the challenges, and we're now at this point where we're on the second day of National Sports Festival. We are glad that the torch of unity that was lighted at the presidential villa by Mr. President several weeks back made its way without any accident, without any incident across the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT. And just this afternoon, the final journey at the Delta State Government House, where the Torch of Unity came to its final bus stop. We have 39 flags in all. We are going to hoist these flags in celebration of every single state in our Federation and FCT, in celebration of the athletes from these states who will participate in the next 10 days in the games we are going to have here.
On the foreign scene, China is set to announce in coming days an easing of its COVID-19 quarantine protocols and a reduction in mass testing, sources told reporters. A marked shift in policy after anger over the world's toughest curbs fueled widespread protests. Cases nationwide remain near record highs, but the changes come as some cities have been lifting their lockdowns in recent days, and a top official said the ability of the virus to cause disease was weakening. Health authorities announcing the easing in their areas have not mentioned the protests, the biggest show of civil disobedience in China for years, which ranged from candlelit vigils in Beijing to street clashes with police in Guangzhou. In sports news, Catalan powerhouse Barcelona are eyeing Ghanaian ace Mohamed Kudus, who has been brilliant with his country so far at the World Cup. Before the World Cup break, the 22-year-old could be said to have excelled both in his club and with his nation, recently scoring a brace for